sake. In that space, your hands are full, William. Your hands are full. Because on your table, you will find our connectivity plan. We made a commitment to roll out 100,000 kilometers of fiber optic across Kenya. We already have funding amounting to 48 billion to roll out the first 53,000 kilometers, and we intend to conclude that process of rollout before the end of next year. Working with KPLC, ICTA, and your ministry, you will find that there are already contracts that have been signed. You must walk the 53,000 kilometers and make sure that it's delivered. There's already funding for another 100 centers of excellence of our ICT hubs. And in other, this again, our plan is to make sure that it is concluded. These 100 centers of excellence, it's concluded in the next 6 months. You will find that the contracts have already been signed, and your leadership is required so that we can conclude this exercise. And again, you will find in your table another 1,450 ICT hubs, one in every ward in the Republic of Kenya. The members of parliament, and the leader of majority is here, have already been primed. We have made resources available to them, but you will be required to provide the infrastructure, internet, make sure they are connected, you'll provide the computers, and you provide the people to train our young people in those ICT hubs. Good news also is that you will find on your desk that already the World Bank and the government of Kenya have provided resources for 145,000 computers for these ICT hubs. Communication Authority is providing the first 10,000 resources for the first 10,000. The World Bank is going to provide resources for 50,000 computers. And of course, the government of Kenya is going to provide resources for the balance. I will be looking to working with you to make sure that we conclude all these arrangements. If there are any loose ends, to be tied. And the good news also is that because we are building an ecosystem to make sure that the ICT space, the technology space, the space, the digital space becomes a space for work and for commerce. And just to make sure that that proceeds in the manner in which we have envisioned, Teleperformance, the largest business processing outsourcing company in the world, is now setting up shop in Kenya. And it will be a good place for you to work with them, work with the others, CCI, Summersource, and all the other BPOs in Kenya. They have given us an undertaking that over the next 5 years, we should be able to have between 300,000 and 500,000 jobs created under the BPO ecosystem. We just need to tie up some loose ends. One of them is to make sure that the legislative framework that did not recognize BPO as a sector, especially on matters to do with labor relations, is captured. Already a lot of work has been done. I think the Attorney General will brief you on what you need to do so that we can take steps to Parliament and properly recognize in our legislation the BPO sector as a sector that employs people. The current law only recognizes people employed on a permanent and pensionable basis with a letter of employment from somebody. This space operates differently, and therefore we need to capture it and to work towards making sure that we provide opportunities. Between the BPO sector, Waziri, and all the other online workers, our expectation is that we should be able to have at least 1.5 million people working in that digital space. Already, a lot of work is going on in our TVETs. There are some already set up ICT hubs, and I'm very confident that under your leadership, we will be able to create the necessary environment for the young people of Kenya to take up their talents, their energy, and their expertise in the digital space to work, to create commerce, to do business, and to move forward. I am also confident that with a cloud policy that has already been forwarded to Cabinet, we will be discussing that initiative in the next Cabinet on Tuesday next week, so that we can also provide the legal framework to support the whole industry. And also to mention that already the digital and the ICT ecosystem is providing manufacturing capacity in manufacturing phones and other gadgets. And I will expect you to oversee what interventions and incentives government can provide for us to move into the future. Allow me, therefore, to say that I expect